So my first OLED for 2021 is the Sony Bravia OLED A90J. It replaces the AG9 from the previous 2 years. And I will just mention as well, I've got a tape measure, so at some point I'll timestamp where I get the dimensions for the TV. Okay, I'll open up the top first because there may be heavy items. I am aware it just lifts off like so. You're looking in the top of the box, we can see feet in there, so that will be the stand for the TV, those 2 feet. Quick setup guide poking out, and also remote and instruction book will be stuck in that polystyrene. Lift those bits of polystyrene at the top out carefully. You can see that remote and instruction book pack. I'll pop it to the side. TV's nice and safe in there, so I'll lift off the outer cardboard. Polystyrene off the sides as well. I'm going to lift it out to the front, have a brief look. So first thing I can notice is it does have a rubber beading around the edge, just to protect it in the packaging. Looking pretty sleek there. Like I say, some rubber beading, just packaging that thin screen because it's maybe 5mm thick around. I'm not sure actually on that screen back calipers, but pretty cool. Quick look at the back. That is the TV looking at the back as well. Okay. Onto the included accessories. These are the panels. I'll just take one out, but these go on the back of the TV to hide the wires and the wire channels. So just bits of plastic, but they do a good job. Okay, so looking at the quick setup guide there, gives a quick list of what's included. There's the unpackaging, 2 people advisable, do it carefully and gently. I had a customer drop one and smashed it. Okay, and we can see where the feet go into slots and attach with the supplied screws. M5 length 16mm. There again for the other side, so that's the feet on there. Okay, you then lift it out so it's got a central bit of polystyrene it's showing it can be stood up in while we attach those feet, so I'll have a go at that in a moment. Onto there, plugging in your devices. There are the panels that hide the cables, and the back looks all nice and one piece. Also not included, but how your connections go into the TV as well. Batteries into the remote. So, in the packaging, I'll get a close up. That's the included Sony Bluetooth smart remote for this year. So I think the only button that works on infrared is the power button there. The rest is on Bluetooth. So channel numbers, and this one has a quick fire YouTube, Netflix, Disney Plus and Prime Video. Information, source button, so we have voice remote as well. Quick to the settings there, or we can go to them through the home button. Got cursors up, down, left and right, back button, TV, so straight back to TV. Volumes plus and minus, channels up and down or plus and minus. Audio buttons. I think that's the subtitles actually, so that could be text or something else. Okay, rewind, fast forward, play and pause, record and exit, so they can be used on your apps or various media that you're using. Flip the back over, push and slides down, AAA batteries in there. Okay, back to the other stuff. So we've got a pretty hefty instruction book in the packaging. Also kettle lead, so or IEC mains, no earth, sort of tie wrap there, thick instruction book that includes about 15 different languages, AAA batteries. This one here, we have the bolts for the pedestal feet, M5 by 16mm, and I think they are blanks that click onto the legs. I'll have a quick look at one of the legs. That's one of them. These plastic covers out here. Get the right one. Plastic cover onto that leg there, just to cover up the metal. Pretty cool. They're the key slots, but we'll have a look at that. So I guess we take that off, or that is normally off, so we can put the screws through to the stand, or to the TV, sorry, to attach that leg. We're looking at the back of the TV here now. I've used the central bit of polystyrene out of the packaging. It says to have that sat in it the way it is at the moment. It doesn't feel the most stable, so I've propped it there with another bit of polystyrene out the packaging. If you've got 2 or 3 people, you can be getting somebody to hold that while you do this, because it does feel a little bit dodgy. So that's going to slot in there like so. It does push up. I don't know how well this shows, but there's 2 holes there for these screws to go through in. There and there. Just wind those in gently. Zoomed in now just so we can see this leg going here. So into there, and then it pushes kind of up into that key slot. 2 screws again into those holes. And then gently wind those in. So one thing I will say is this is wide. It's wider than the TV itself. You can put it on a universal pedestal stand. I've done a video, I'll do another one at some point to update that. Okay, so both feet are attached. We can see it just hovering on this polystyrene. It's not tipping, but it felt like it was going to tip. That's why I put that polystyrene in front. All we've got left, these 2 blanks here. Clip those into place. Covers up, tidies the back up. Another blank clips onto there like so. Well, so it's got 300mm VESA mounts, M6 10 to 15mm bolts. The total width for this thing is pretty wide. Like I say, it's wider than the actual TV. It's 128 centimeters, or just over, well, about 50.5 inches. That's the width of it, or the width of those feet. So it is pretty wide, but like I say, I wouldn't be too off put, because you can mount a universal pedestal stand to just have a central base there to fit on smaller furniture. Spin it around there. You can see the front of it is pretty much, I mean, it's maybe 3 or 4 mil off the floor. To the first VESA mount hole, probably 110 mil or 11 centimeters to the center of the first VESA mount hole. A quick look at the inputs on the side there. First thing is we've got a center speaker input. So if you're using an AV receiver, you've got your own surround system. The TV can act as the actual center speaker. So this has got the acoustic screen. The screen is the speaker. There's actuators that vibrate that screen. It does a good job of it. So AV receiver into your center speaker in, and use the rest of your surround speakers. Also, we've got the AV in there, so composite AV in, headphone, USB 1 at 500 milliamps, USB 2 500 milliamps, HDMI 1. It's also got built-in microphone there. You can turn on or off, so if you're sensitive to that sort of thing, turn the microphone off. Power button there just for manually turning it on. Doesn't do anything different to the remote control. Okay, and also these inputs going in underneath, so terrestrial aerial antenna in, satellite, twin sat there for watch and record, wired internet, digital optical audio out. That's your 4K at 120 on HDMI 4, so 4K at 120 Hz. HDMI 3 there. Is that HDMI 3? Getting confused now, 2 and 3. I call it HDMI 3. That's enhanced audio return channel, 4K at 120Hz, 4K at 120Hz, and HDMI 2 there. Also we've got a 900 milliamp or 0.9 amp 5 volt USB out there if you're attaching hard drives for recording to the TV. That's that IEC mains input there, and obviously we've got those panels to go on the back to cover it up. We can see those base ports at the top, so it's got built-in subwoofers. You can also just see if I get close enough there, does it show up? Just see there, behind that grille we can see one of the subwoofer speakers and those base ports out. I've now taken all the plastic panels out of the packaging. So when we've got all our cables guided and routed down to come out at the back of the TV here as well, put these panels on just to tidy up and hide the cables. That's it, they should click in with a bit of a push. Another one there. Find the clip. Out. If I look first I can see where the bloody clips are, that'd help. So the tabs there go into the slots, relevant slots wherever they are, there and there, and just push those in like so. Bro. Before I turn it on, we've got the gumph on the front and top of it, so it does have this rubber protective beading around, which I'll remove. So we can see we've got the nice thin portion of the screen there. This plastic here can be peeled off. The energy rating label. Off as well. No film actually on the screen. Okay, I've got wired internet, aerial and mains going to it. So English UK to start off. Regional country. Did I miss something? United Kingdom for myself. If you've got your Google account, if I was at home I'd use my Google account and I'd set up Google TV, but for a shop I shall go basic. Connected using Infinite, thank you. So I shall accept those terms and conditions. Not that bothered about diagnostic information, so I'll turn that off. Location I can use and accept. Cool. So select to begin. Smart TV and recommendations I'll go for. Great. Parental lock. Okay, so if you've got your relevant devices such as a Skybox or whatever sort of PVR you've got for your TV use, plug it in via HDMI. You can set it up and use your Sony remote to control that as well. I'm just using digital TV through a terrestrial aerial. So next. Okay, we'll pause while that scans and skip to the next bit. Okay, so it's now finished tuning. Select your preferred region. If you're using terrestrial aerial, that's where your aerial is facing. Mine is facing Yorkshire and Leeds. So scan complete, fine. Okay, quick summary there of my stored channels, 166, so next. So if you've got PlayStations, games consoles, PVRs, whatever, connect them, it will help you set them up. So I'll say connect later because I don't have any to connect at this moment. So tabletop stand or wall mount. Mine is on a tabletop stand for now, so tabletop it is. Okay, so this is using the TV remote as a microphone. So the microphone on the TV remote, we position where we sit generally, holding it roughly to your chest, but let's just go next and we'll see what happens. So here, sit where you normally do watching TV, hold the TV at chest level and point it towards your TV, select start and keep it in that position. Cool. That is it done. So all it's done, send out some test tones to measure them back to the microphone to calibrate it to the acoustics of your room and to where you sit. Next. So not going to register, I'll just skip that for now. Checking for updates. Don't want Samba Interactive TV, so I'm going to disable there. If you want it though, agree and enable. This is in the store, so we don't need that. So complete. So we start on the home menu. I just want to go straight to TV, have a look at that.
Been preparing to host the Russian gymnastics team. Some of Kamel's young gymnasts are trying out the new equipment specially installed for the Russians. Takashi Igarashi tells me the town spent over $500,000.
Okay, so that's just showing a Freeview HD live feed there in the background. Okay, so I haven't got any new retail demos yet for this. I'm going to load one from my own YouTube. Okay, so onto YouTube, just going to get some Sony demos off my own channel. Okay, so quick 4K demo here from Sony. And we will be naughty and just try a quick Samsung demo.
Juventus versus Tottenham Hotspur, a fixture many in his kind of area. Goodman's on for Spurs. And can't sneak it in terms of form from that moment on. Into Magic, it's great ball. And he directed it to the correct corner. And those two working again. 4-on-3 here for Spurs. Son, well laid off, and Buffon makes a fine save. He's guided in by Camilla. Troy Parrott denied on the first attempt, but Lamelo is there to beat Buffon. Spurs have been the better team, and on the half hour, they lead Juventus. The foul to me on the edge of the penalty area, we play on. I believe it was. Pjanic, Higuain. Oh, what work for Tony Higuain.
Very cool. Right, we'll leave it at that and back to TV.
Before our flight north, we boarded Russia's biggest.
Okay, so I will just mention again, it does have this acoustic screen, so you can feel the vibrations through the screen. It's using the resonance from the screen there for the sound, which is pretty cool. It does a good job of it as well. On the demos you could hear a nice bit of bass coming from it, so considering it's just a TV and no soundbar, it's pretty good. I'll quickly just put on an audio demo so we can hear those speakers, just for voice.
I mean strategic nuclear forces.
So this island outpost is protecting those forces as the chill in relations between East and West intensifies. Up here on the top of the world, there is a vast expanse of ice.
Okay, so back to YouTube. I'll just get something from bensounds.com that we can try to test the audio. To TV. We'll just have a quick look at the home menu actually. So we've got the program guide there, TV, which I'm using as a source, Netflix, Prime, YouTube, Disney, Sony, recorded titles, so if we've recorded stuff we can find it there, timers and clock notifications, media player, whatever we're using, whether it's USB photos and videos or music. Control it with your smart speakers, whether it's Alexa or Google Home and so on. Internet browser, I assume you can connect a Bluetooth keyboard to that. So set up your Google TV, there's loads more stuff there, and your app store to sign in and get more apps. You can see BT Sport, Now, My5 and so on as well. Okay. Okay, so back to normal TV, that's just on the news, Freeview HD feed, pretty good picture as standard.
People are excited. There are concerns too. 2 delegations have recorded positive tests since reaching Rotterdam.
I haven't been.
Okay, so I shall call that it for now.